shut up.
Fundamentals. Bitcoin is freedom, man.
Bitcoin showing with that recent fall huge correlation with the stock market. Moving out a little bit here though from the 1 minute chart, which obviously looks like the exact same thing. The 3 month, 4 month chart, the 3 or 4 month chart, I'm going to call it. Bitcoin being in black, stocks in orange for some reason, does show some correlation. Strong here, extremely weak here. Bitcoin initially showed resilience by holding above the $9,700 mark during the Asian and European trading hours. However, the sell-off in US equities was too big to ignore for the crypto market traders, some of whom likely offered Bitcoin on the fear that financial markets could be about to witness another round of panic like that seen in March. Heavens forbid, but you know what? That's only half the story. Bitcoin wouldn't go above 10K even when the S&P 500 was rallying. So how do people explain, on the one hand they are correlated, and on the other, like very recently, they're not at all? Hey bro, what's up? Yo, you not coming, bro? Nah, this is my stop. Okay bro, unless you come down, then I'm right there with you, buddy. Oh, for sure. Man, that was dumb. Yet totally accurate. This type of behavior is more indicative of a liquidity provider or market makers type of activity, not anything rational by actual traders. This is hard to prove. However, with the stock market and Bitcoin moving on almost the exact same moment, it does give rise to the theory that bots have taken over trading right now. In other words, algorithmic trading, designed to say 10K bad, ranging 9K good. These bots aren't interested in taking us to the moon. They are focused on making money trading the predictable volatility that they themselves create. So what can you do about it? Almost nothing. Just understand that on short time frames, these high-frequency traders have some advantages that you do not.
Not making trading decisions. Those are all made by the computers. So they're not making any decisions with respect to whether an order should be filled, what price it should be filled. That's all done in an automated way.
But in the long term, the playing field is much more even. Don't trade much is what I'm trying to say. And they're more empowered to do this when ever since the Bitcoin halving, we've been withdrawing Bitcoin from exchanges in droves. It hasn't been this easy for algorithmic trading to dictate the price of Bitcoin as it is now than it has been in a very, very long time. But this lack of human activity doesn't necessarily mean a negative. It could be a sign of things to come.
The prophecy is true.
In the week after the halving, reserves across 17 major exchanges totaled 1.18 million Bitcoin, the lowest value since November 2018, signaling that investors are planning to hold their Bitcoin for some time. On June 8th, an additional 27,000 Bitcoin was withdrawn from exchanges, then was deposited. The last time there was such a significant outflow, Bitcoin appreciated by 88%.
Oh my God! Wow!
What they're trying to say here is, with a lack of real Bitcoin trading going on in the markets, big moves are much easier to occur. A gigantic fall could occur, but the last time it was this easy, gigantic rise occurred, and we're hoping and praying that that happens again. Maybe an institution could come and save us. My, how things have changed in crypto. Thank you, Grayscale. Dude in the upper right looks like he's throwing a Hadouken. that he does. Still feels like a bat to the face, though, I'm gonna be honest. Speaking of bats to the face, I thought this was a very interesting, if painful, story. Just before 10 UTC Wednesday, an unknown wallet holder sent 0.5 ETH, around $130, with a 10,666 ETH transaction fee, currently worth just under 2.6 million. Imagine.
My memory ain't so great.
Oh, yeah? Maybe this'll refresh your memory.
I don't know, it's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Why do you want to know?
I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe this'll help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you still don't think so?
You want to send the money, and you want to pay the fee, and you reverse them. But then it happened again.
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this'll help.
I still don't think I should tell you.
Can you spot me at 20? How about now?
The same address sent out another 350 Ether with another 10,668 ETH, worth 2.6 million in transaction fees. Wow. Now, some have theorized that this is a sophisticated method of money laundering, where you broadcast a transaction only to your own node, pay the fee, it all comes to you anyway, then you broadcast it to the network. Bang, you've got brand new Ether tokens. But this went to a pool, not to any single individual. Very confusing, and we're now on a third time they've done it. Clearly it's intentional. Now, a popular theory has emerged claiming it's the hackers blackmailing the exchange. Here's how I think that went down. Sir, we have a problem. What is it? We hacked the exchange, we control the Ethereum, but we can only transfer it between addresses they have whitelisted, and we can't withdraw to our own. Let me have a look. You're right. You smell good. What are we going to do, sir? My family, they need Gucci. Transfer the Ethereum between their own addresses, but make the fee 36 GUI. 36 GUI, sir? We'll see how long they can hold out while we waste tens of dollars in overpriced transaction fees. Why don't we make it 9 billion GUI? Why make it 9 billion when we can make it 9 million? And now for a short story. Nearly 5 billion in tethers were issued since January. Why? One researcher thinks it's because the Bitcoin ecosystem is running dangerously low on real dollars. Yes, I think no one's actually buying Bitcoin. Do you have any proof? No. And now for the end of this short story. Chinese investors secretly buying Bitcoin helped fuel Tether's 5 billion surge. Who says Bitcoin's most popular stablecoin is backed by nothing? A new report says demand comes from China.
China.
Fascinating. Who would have thought the conspiracy theories were actually wrong for a change? But let's explore this for a second. Let's rationally think what would happen if Bitfinex, or rather their holdings company iFinex, gets taken to the court, as they are currently trying to be taken to court. That makes sense. Let's say they're brought to justice. Tether is finally brought down. Fudsters will tell you this is the end of crypto. But is it? They will also say to you 80% of Bitcoin trading volume is done in Tether, which it kind of is. So if it's gone, bad. Gone bad. Tether bad. This is only a surface level understanding of the situation. Here's what I think would actually happen. Imagine everyone needs to dump their Tether because iFinex is closing its doors. Imagine a similar situation to the BitConnect token. There's no value in holding it anymore because you can't redeem it for dollars. What is the #1 trading pair by volume and liquidity for Tether? And it's not dollars, and it certainly wouldn't be dollars if this should happen. It's Bitcoin. People would need to buy $9.2 billion of Bitcoin, and here's the kicker, do it all at once, very, very quickly. No matter if they were paying an exorbitant premium for their Bitcoin. So for the first movers, they literally cannot get enough Bitcoin. They would buy Bitcoin at whatever price was going, even if it was 100,000, because they'd have no other choice. How high would Bitcoin go if this should happen? I don't know, but I certainly think new all-time highs are definitely on the table. And what happens when the world's most popular stablecoin is gone? The world's second most popular stablecoin becomes the world's first, and its market cap continues to climb. So you're telling me that Tether imploding, as some people have said, is the worst thing that could ever happen to crypto, but it might actually be the best thing that's ever happened to crypto? Well, I'm no expert. I don't know for sure, but I certainly do know that fudsters also don't know for sure. I think, honestly, Tether's impending implosion, as has been theorized for many, many years now, could be one of the most hyped events ever, and also one of the biggest non-events, just like the Bitcoin halving tended to be, or let's say the miner exodus and dumping on us that never occurred post-halving. In fact, the actual opposite occurred. So in case you're wondering, the moral of the story is anything that happens, and it's good for Bitcoin. Okay guys, that's actually it for the crypto stuff. I figured though it's time for me to address a couple of things that I see in the comment section all the time. So, number one, where is your accent from? It's driving quite a few of you apparently crazy. There's no easy answer here, but here goes. I was born in the city of London. I was raised by an Irish mother. I went to America a couple of times for the summer. We didn't have a lot of money, so we stayed with family friends. There was one older guy who was a really good friend to me. I was around 8 years old at the time. I see, looking back on it now, that I subconsciously projected my desire of a father figure in my life, which I did not have at home. I don't mean for this to sound like a sob story. I actually had a really good childhood. Anyway, this man is American, obviously, but it is pertinent. I looked up to him for what a man should be, what a man should look like. So I kind of did my hair like him, what a man should sound like. So I tried to mimic his accent. It wasn't a conscious decision to do these things. I mean, who cares how they sound at 8 years old, right? But it was a very effective method of changing my accent, and it became my real one, albeit confused accent. I never actually told this guy about this, but maybe he already figured. Anyway, I know I don't have a real American accent. Plenty of Americans don't think I sound American at all. They say I sound Canadian or something. I was only 8. I didn't have a lot of time to perfect it, but it is what it is. Apparently a mixture of English, Irish, and American. There you go. Case solved. Second thing to address, my hoodies. Apparently you guys like this one, but you do not like this one. Apparently this bit looks like an apron. Now, a recurring question about being sponsored by Superdry has come up, and the answer's been no. However, below I have a link that if you follow says you'll get 15% off thanks to Crypto Daily at Superdry. You enter your email address, opt out of marketing, and get sent the offer. I would also get sent a 15% discount if you use it, nothing more. Am I that excited about it? No. But what I am excited to say is, this technically makes me sponsored by Superdry.
So, is it like investing in stocks?
Kind of, but not at all.
Where can I get one of these Bitcoins? Can I buy one at my local bank?
Of course not. What a dumb question.
Remember the fundamentals, man. Bitcoin is freedom.